All right, this is Dave Jackson from the School of Podcasting. I'm going to call this Why You Need a Podcast Consultant. Here's an article on Tech Republic about 5 tools for producing quality podcasts, of which I wanted to punch the screen when I saw that number 2 was PodPress. Now, what's interesting about this, if you click this link, it actually takes us over here to the original developer of PodPress. And if you go to the changelog, you can see the original developer of PodPress quit developing it back in 2007. Now, as I record that, that's 8 years ago. And when he quit developing it, by the way, it broke everyone's website. So PodPress is the absolute worst suggestion for podcasting. In fact, if you go into WordPress, and here I am, I'm going to say I would like to find PodPress. You will see where you can't, it's not even in the direct, it used to be maintained by Automatic. And this is news to me. It's not even in the directory. Let me see if I can find it other places. If I go here to PodPress, it's ridiculous. So, yeah, I can't find, so have fun finding it. There's PowerPress, which is what actually replaced it by another company when the original developer killed it. Now, the fun part about this is you can see here in the screenshots that it had links to Podcast Ready, which I believe doesn't exist. It's just a horrible idea. So then I was like, well, who is the author of this wonderful piece of literature? And it is Jack Wallen. So I looked at that, and apparently Jack is the king of 5 things to do something. So maybe, I don't know. I don't want to bash the guy. So then I went over to his Twitter, and of course, he's the guy behind monkeypants.net. And he's basically an author. And so I did do some research. He is a podcaster. You can find his podcast. He does zombie radio. You know, it's easy to spot him. He's the guy with no album artwork. So just be careful out there. If you're taking advice from things that, I mean, again, this website looks great. Tech Republic, you know, Audacity, sure. PodPress, no. Skype, yes. SoundCloud, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Here on my blog, davidjackson.org, I did a in-depth research on SoundCloud. Found out they lost $29 million last year. And it just goes on and on. They pulled their player from Facebook. It doesn't work on Facebook anymore. And I've heard rumors about potentially having months left, but I won't. That's just a rumor. But SoundCloud, no, not a good, solid choice for podcasting at the moment. And number 5, Podcast Addict as a browser or a podcatcher. Okay. I've never used that, so I don't have an opinion on that. But this is why you need somebody who lives and breathes and dies and eats and sleeps in the podcast arena to keep up on all this technology to help you avoid the common pitfalls from podcasting. And that, of course, is where I come in. Come join me at the schoolofpodcasting.com, and I can help you with that. I've got step-by-step tutorials. I've got worksheets to go through to help you plan your podcast. Check it out, schoolofpodcasting.com, and join today.